Catherine Antoine. Good morning, and I'm here to speak to you about Radio Free Asia. We tell citizens the news that their government-sponsored media will not. And guess what? They answer back. There is no free press in China, Burma, and the neighboring countries, but there are citizens who want to know the truth. They want to talk about it. They want to connect to others beyond borders around that news. In China, I'm sorry, my slide is a little slow, but this is what we do. In Vietnam, residents are told that dam building is no problem at all. The truth is that fishermen know a lot better. They see the damage, and we went to talk to them on the Mekong River. In the south of China, the truth is that drinking water is heavily polluted, contaminated by wild industrial development. Our undercover reporter went to shoot video down there, and he found government neglect every step of the way. In Cambodia, the government in place is extremely reluctant to try former Khmer Rouge leader who 35 years ago destroyed, annihilated half of the country's population. The truth is that citizens want justice, and they tell us about this. Now, here is a very first important challenge for Radio Free Asia and our staff. How do you put together a website that's attractive enough to bring back its audience every day with news as depressing as this? Well, one thing we do is develop digital version of traditional games. We give them something to play. These are ordinary games that children play in the backyard, but the young generation in Southeast Asia can play them online thanks to this. However, a lot of our audience living in our target country cannot play the game on rfa.org, and that's because our sites are blocked. So here comes another challenge for Radio Free Asia. How do we push back the censors? Well, like I think Ken Berman spoke to you a little bit earlier, our audience uses a lot of different technology to access the web, either proxy servers, VPNs, applications such as FreeGate. You need to be really technology savvy in order to get through censorship online and get to RFA. Plus, we need to deal with the great digital divide. What you're looking at is not a website, it's actually a printed flyer. That's how we promote our mobile site, whether they are on iPhone or on Android in Cambodia. We do very well with them, but this is how we need to promote them. Additionally, as you all know extremely well, the digital world evolved extremely fast. 3 years ago, Yahoo 360 was extremely popular among the Vietnamese youth. Today, they're using Facebook with a vengeance, and even in Laos, Facebook is extremely popular. Now, how do we do this with a staff that's already on overload? Well, this is a wonderful Tibetan web editor, one of many that we have, fortunately, who is on the field reporting on demonstration in New York City, if my memory is correct. And then he goes back to his desk and he puts together the content for web publication. And we're waiting for the slide that's not appearing. Yes, it is. Here it is. Now, these are monumental challenges. But you know what? We got lucky. We got lucky because citizen reporters stepped in a big way. This video is a report made by a volunteer, a school teacher, who in Beijing over a year time took great risk to document the plight of these people. This is our An Nguyen from our Vietnamese service telling us that he got a tweet in the morning, a little message, a tip on his Facebook page telling him about the release of 2 dissidents. And as you know, Twitter is blocked in China, but we're using Weibo, just like the Chinese netizen, using Weibo in a big way to cover our breaking story, such as the Cantonese lead poisoning issue in Shanghai where children have been badly poisoned and sick. And sometimes we get surprised. I'm getting to the end of my presentation. We're getting surprised because netizens really have a mind of their own and they don't do what we tell them to do. So they go to YouTube, but they mostly use it for something else. They use it to have a debate. And we get quite surprised and pleased when we see that people are having debate beyond borders about issues of common interest. And believe me, they get very passionate about this. You get a sample of their conversation right here on the right. And here you're getting a peek at some of our blogs, social media sites inside China that are being managed by our social media editor, who is actually today in Camden blogging about this event. This is how we actually interact and connect with our audience inside China. So censorship is not always on our way. We know how to get across. And I believe it looks like we might be in a losing battle, but we're not, because the number of countries who censor media is growing every year. The censors are getting smarter at it every year. However, they are being evenly matched by people's will to speak up. And our mission at Radio Free Asia is to make sure that their voice is heard.